Alrighty. Alright, 1 second. Let me really double, triple, quadruple check that I'm actually live. So I'm just gonna take a look and then just sort myself out a little bit, and then we can get into things. A little bit different today. No face cam because I'm very tired and I don't want to have to, like, I don't know, wear clothes. I mean, like, wear video appropriate clothes, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just I'm not in the mood for my face today, just cause. I think that's the most important explanation. Just cause. And before we get into things, I'm just gonna explain what we're doing for new people. I'm going to be working on my webcomic. It's called Blackguard. I'm going to be doing the line art process. And this isn't the first stream where I've been working on this particular webcomic. I've been working on this particular episode showing the entire process from the storyboarding / thumbnails part of things, and then moving into the sketch. Let me just switch my tab for a second so you can take a look. So if we look at this line art here, we turn it off. There's actually this like sketch layer, so we also did these sketches on live stream, and then we also did these like thumbnails, right? The super rough phase where we're essentially planning the layout and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, the whole idea here is no part of the process is hidden. It's all just going to be done live. And now we're at the point where we're working on the line art, just slowly, steadily working through it. I would say it's definitely the longest part of the process. I think, I'm pretty sure it is, because when we were doing some of the coloring work for the previous episode on live streams, I don't think it took this long. It's been quite a number of live streams doing line art, but I'm feeling a little rusty. I missed, I think, either 1 or 2 times where I would normally be streaming because of travel, but I'm just settling myself in for today to be able to stream. So I will get some music going. We're going to do some doodling, and then after I get my hands used to my position and all that kind of stuff, then we can get to the line art. Alrighty. Let me just get some non-copyright stuff ready. And everything should be good today. Internet connection should be stable again. Let's do this. Yeah. And I think today I won't talk as much. I just want to focus on drawing. Alright. Put you guys over here. Let's do some warm-ups. Just to draw. Alrighty. I think just that is good enough. Line art time. Let's go. Just make sure my brush is the right size. And our eraser tool is set up correctly. I'm going to do another line art layer. And this other line art layer will be so that later on I can separate these two different parts of the image here that I'm going to have. Let's do some rotation. Wow, immediately I just like my lines. Okay, that's good. My hands feel a bit loosey-goosey. Let's get that rotation off. Let's see. And down there. Excuse me. Ears are such a fun shape. There's a neck to ears. There's kind of like a system to it. And once you get it, you can just draw ears after that. feel like it's been too many days and my memory is too short. I have no idea what he's supposed to be like wearing clothes-wise, my character here. And I need to check my previous drawings. Short-term memory, thank goodness for character sheets. I didn't have that. Winter time. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if you heard me burping. Unseemly. Oh yeah. Okay, the beard's coming along nicely. It's a bit too tight there. Check this again. Oh, I might shift that. Let's just read it. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, what's going on? Okay, bare shoulder. No human shoulder. Oh, that's such a nice curve of a line. Too bad it was in the wrong spot. Oh. Wow, this is dramatic music. As I fail to draw a neck. Slides here. This is like rough stone, so I don't need my lines to be like smooth and nice. Can be more craggy. So nice to draw. In silence. I'm sorry. I will endeavor to entertain you. Right now we are drawing a pile of rocks, essentially. I don't know how entertaining you personally find a pile of rocks, but you know, I think that could look pretty nice. You know, put some moss on them. It's your Ghibli style. Oh no, sir! You have speaking in your music. Let me change. Let's see what is in. Let's try this. Let's see. Ooh, no. There we go. Okay. Yeah, but messy rocks. That's a look, right? I think so. Obviously, it's not particularly clear here, and they aren't particularly messy, but okay, let's do the line art for people in the background. These people right here. Oh, it's a big eraser. I swear, what's going on? It looks like I'm not okay. It apparently is. I just felt like I wasn't really getting the shape dynamics. Maybe that's my tablet sensitivity right now. It's like something wrong with it. Just some background character talking, please. What can I say? I gotta have the background characters look at least possible, right? Whoops. Jittery hand. Boom, boom. Ooh. It's a pretty pile of rocks. Hey, kitty. Thank you. I'm glad you think the rocks are pretty. Just a pile of stone. It's a wall. It's actually a wall. I just needed to put my character somewhere he could hide and listen to, you know, some randos have a conversation. Back of the ear. Oops. Jeez. Wow, dramatic music. Okay. Yeah, let's just give this poor man, this small man, just slightly bigger shoulders. Wow, not draw a line. Go. I should really speed up drawing some background characters. You don't deserve... No, that's not true. All the art must look nice. Yes. You must not scrimp on quality, or must we? Oh, decisions. Already halfway through the month. Eek. Crazy. How does time fly? Just some really rough hands. Not that the hands look rough, that I'm just gonna draw them sort of, just sort of quick and dirty. Not my most beautiful hands ever, but good enough. That's kind of what I'm aiming for with this particular hand that I'm drawing. Excuse me. I'm on the right layer, right? Ooh, imagine if I wasn't, I would cry. Okay, there we go. Let's give it a save. And let's get through this thing. That's right. We finish. And those are still talking to each other. We want to bring down this opacity of our... I don't want it gone entirely, but just need to sort of see it. Just the line art. Whistly noises. Just some rando face. NPC face. Wow, okay, this particular song needs to do something different. Oh my lord, that hurts. Yeah, no, I can't take it. I can't take this whistle. This whistle is endless. All right. Phew. All right, hopefully this will go a little smoother. That whistling was killing me. I just need to get sort of a rough, generic face in this sort of like a really average-looking Asharan. Asharan being the name of the country, and yeah, they have like the people from this country in particular. Look to them. I have it in my world-building document. Essentially, they tend to have like medium tone, kind of brownish skin, and they have eyes colors that tend towards being kind of like brown, maybe hazel, grayish colors, but pretty dark colored eyes, and then mostly brown, like brown eyes. And then they have hair tends to be wavy, but can be sort of on the straighter side or on the curlier side. But I sort of have a combo of straight hair, wavy hair with Isharans. And what else is part of what they're supposed to look like? The main thing is they have an awesome tan, because Ishara, the country, is in a tropical environment. So everyone's got that kind of sun protection. Natural inbuilt mechanism to try and protect us from the sun. Melanin stuff happening. Yeah. The whole idea behind like what these people would look like was based on the weather. I just picked I picked the weather because I'm familiar with tropical weather, and then I picked their appearance based on the weather. So everything is based around that. That's how I made my world building decisions. Draw the fabric of this like shawl thingy. Gossip is a big part of my story, or this story. Sort of like the citizens of the country gossiping with each other, sharing information is very important. It's kind of like the citizens themselves are a character in the story, and I hope I'm able to pull that off well. So this is about it for indicating the eyes. I don't want to over detail it. Because again, they're not meant to be main characters, and I don't want to mislead anyone into thinking, oh, this is going to be a recurring character. Look at how well thought out their appearance is. Although, that being said, I do like to plant characters in my stories, and sort of put them in the background so that I can use them later. So you never know. Maybe I'm trying to mislead you right now with my words so as to avoid spoilers. That's good enough. Let's get that ear in. Actually, the ear is kind of a funny thing. Let me just check. completely backwards. And now line art. I don't need that. Okay. These eyes look a bit funny, don't they? That's a bit better. I think it's pretty intense for what I'm drawing. This is just like a little frowny face. Ooh. My shoulder was a bit bent and I just scratched it out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just cleared my throat right in your ear. That was completely unintentional. I just kind of did it without thinking. Sorry. Tea time. Oops. Alright, beard time. Oh my gosh. Ominous. Nice. Okay, line art. One more panel for this particular section. Man, this is done dramatic. So dramatic. I'm very confused. Let me just double check that this isn't some sort of copyright music that's currently playing. Alright, yeah, okay, it's just called tense music. Okay. It's pretty fun. I like the tense music. If anyone has any complaints, do let me know. It is extremely overdramatic for my purposes, but I kind of like that. really want to get the lines just right. Takes some finagling sometimes. There we go. So scooch this out from one room. Wow, Wild West? What's happening? Why are we suddenly in the Wild West? Let me check that. Western. Let's try this. Oh my gosh. Very dramatic again. Let's give the dramatics a break. Yeah, well, hello. Alright. We're just gonna cut the music out in a second. Let me try this. Oh. The transition. That's funny. Okay, back I go. Back to drawing. Oof. I don't know what I did to my leg, but I can't put any weight on it right now. So if you hear me make a pained noise, please ignore. I like it like that. What do you think? Okay. I want a cookie. I have a baggie of cookies next to me. Like one of those little 5 cookies in a little plastic bag. Except now it's like 2 cookies because I've been slowly eating them over the course of the week. Summer break is close. Oh yeah, it is. We're in April, middle of April. Oh my god, I just realized I'm drawing on a rotation, which is just gonna eat my RAM alive if I keep it there. Any plans for summer? Well, I don't have summer plans, but I think I have plans for just like stuff I want to do and work on. Like in December of last year, I went on a trip where I did some rock climbing for the first time since I was like a kid, basically. And I realized it's actually super enjoyable. So I've been meaning to like go to a rock climbing gym. Especially since there's quite a few good ones around where I live. And then I have like, not just this webcomic, but like another one that I've been wanting to work on. Then there's, of course, this one I want to continue finding ways to work on more sustainably. And some like non-art related things that I want to do. I have an actual old YouTube channel. I have an old YouTube channel that's under my my normal name, my everyday name, not After Fire. So it's just Sydney Lander, and that's just I guess more talking about like life stuff, emotional well-being, personal growthy, spirituality types of topics. And I stopped posting videos to that channel so many years ago now. I think maybe 6 years. Yeah, 6 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. Time flies. And I've been thinking of like renovating it, refurbishing it, and posting stuff there again around those same topics. But yeah, lots to do actually. Life is very interesting. And art is the best. Making stuff is the spice of life, like creative work, I think. When I was a kid, I don't know about other kids and if they have this, but I used to get like existential crises on a regular basis. At like age 5, I would get these existential crises where I'm like, I don't know what to do with my time. I don't feel like there's like something for me to do right now. It felt almost like childhood was just slow, and I was like, I have things that I need to be doing. And one of the only ways I knew how to relieve it that worked every time was I would make activity books for my younger brother. You know those like books where they have like mazes in them with coloring pages and little games you can play. Basically, it's the stuff you give kids to keep them from being bored. I would like take a whole bunch of paper from my parents' office and staple it together into a nice little thick booklet, and then I would fill it up with mazes and coloring pages and all those games so that I would make it into one of those little like kids activity books. And then I would make sure everything was bound together nicely. I would give it a cover, and I would give it to my younger brother, and he would use it and have fun with it. And doing that gave me relief from my childhood existential crises. So every single time I had one of those feelings of like crisis, what is living, I would make one of those or something like that. Something where other people could enjoy it, and also it gave me creative satisfaction. And then it's funny because it feels like my adulthood is just the more complex, less reliable version of that. As my internal world has become more complex, it's not as easy to resolve those feelings. But I feel like the fundamental principle behind them for me is pretty similar, all things considered. The through line of who I am, I can notice it. Even after lots of different experiences that felt like it completely broke down all of the aspects of myself that I took for granted as constants. After some time, everything heals back up. After some work, everything heals back up. I'm sort of like mumble rambling. With no particular purpose. Ooh, this was pretty fun. With the that sounds. Yeah, what else did I do? I mean, I made comics when I was a kid. I think the first like long form comic that I made and completed was in a primary school notebook for anyone else. Primary school, I think it was around when I was age 9 or 10. And I used one of my spare school notebooks and I turned it into my little comic book. And the story was about these two girls who met at school, and one of them was shy, one of them was more extroverted, and so the extroverted one helps the shy one during first day of school. And then they stumble upon a janitor's closet, if I'm remembering correctly. And then that janitor's closet is actually a portal into another world. And all of this is happening like on their day one of school. And so they step into the portal and they end up in an alternate magical realm. They get isekai'd. I didn't know the word at the time because that wasn't really a concept during my childhood. But yeah, they end up in this magical world with kings and queens and magical things and powers and whatnot. And when they sort of like land there in this like field, because I was very uncreative with my location, so just, you know, land in a random field, and this like patrol of soldiers finds them and like instantly recognizes them as like the lost princesses. So it turns out they're siblings. And then because I was a child, I didn't know how to make a character's personality consistent. So there was a gap between like when I did half of the comic and then the second half because of exams. And so there's this weird sudden sharp shift in the girls' personalities. Anyway, so they're taken to the king and queen of this land, who tell them like, oh my god, you know, you are our chosen one daughters who were missing, teleported away or something, I don't know. And we need your help because there's like a dark, evil, corruption, something or other. It's gonna destroy this magical world. And so you guys need to like train and prepare for this. And one of them is like, yay, magic, getting away from my previous life, sign me up. And the other one's like, take me home, country roads. No. But she doesn't want anything to do with it. And so they have some drama over that. And that gets resolved because the like castle gets attacked, and then they realize like, the one who was unwilling realizes how serious the situation is, and it's like, okay, I will train. And so then they do that. One of them starts developing a crush on like the captain of the guards, I think that's what his role was. Basically, he was part of that initial group of soldiers that found them, and also was in charge of continuing to like train them in the ways of the soldier. I don't know. Anyway, so they start developing a little crush and stuff, and then after all of this preparation, they're ready to lead an army to take charge and meet the evil thing head on. But before they can do that, both of the princesses get kidnapped in their sleep, and then they undergo this process during the kidnapping where they essentially try to like corrupt their minds. It's kind of like a big snake envelops their bodies, and then that slowly makes them evil, I guess. And that was how I was writing that story. So obviously the captain of the soldiers, captain of the guard, whatever, the guy who was training them, he is now in charge of taking the army out to go. Now it's a rescue mission, right? It's no longer this sneak attack, surprise attack. They're going to have the advantage and win situation. It's kind of a desperate thing. So they go out and they're like, oh god, we need to save them. And then he goes to save them, and there's no way to stop the corruption. So he makes an impassioned speech about how much he cares about the one who had a crush on him. And then she's able to snap out of it and destroy the corruption with her own, how would I describe it? Her own internal will to reconnect with her lover or whatever. And as she comes out of it, she then snaps her sister out of the corruption. So now they're both back. They're both ready to kick ass, which they then do. And then a whole battle scene, one of those huge battles takes place, Lord of the Rings style. And then they celebrate their victory with a big dance party and a wedding. That was the story, which I wrote and drew when I was a kid. Pretty simplistic and not like, what was the bad guy? We don't really ever see them. We see some minions, I think. It wasn't very, very good. It wasn't good. But to this day, I'm still proud of myself that it exists. That I made an entire narrative from start to finish. Even if it's not a good one. It doesn't have to be. Practice is important, and doing crappy stuff is important in order to get to the good stuff. So okay, there we go, Rocks Part 2, and we're gonna give that a save. What other comics did I do? I feel like I did more. I tried to do some I think at one point I was doing like, what was it? Like Warrior Cats fan fiction with my own original cat characters. But that didn't get past like chapter 3 sort of thing. I do have a piece of writing I did that is like half a book long, I think, around 50k or more. I always lowball the number for that one for some reason. I can't conceptualize how much of that thing I actually wrote. But that one was also a mess. Like, I really didn't know what to do with it. But I did like the concept. The concept behind that one was me thinking, what if I took something that someone would think of as really girly, but then I make it like hardcore and like horrific. And the concept that I chose was a manicure, yay! So I was like, what would like a horrific magic system involving manicures look like? And so that whole thing was, in this society of creatures, they rip out their natural nails at the nail bed. They pull it all the way out so that essentially they leave their hands and feet as these like bloody gaping holes, and then they have to reattach these like artificial fingernails. They have to reattach these artificial fingernail claw things into their hands and feet, and that is kind of like their conduit for magic, the way a magic wand would be a conduit for being able to perform magic. And these particular claw structures are kind of like if you had acrylic nails, except horrific. So they need to like hone these claws. You can change them up depending on how you make them. They might be able to do different things better or worse, very similar to magic wands, except you have to like dig them out of your nail beds and put them in every single time, and it's excruciatingly painful. And the whole idea was like this society, they were also doing that to their children, because in order for this particular thing to work, in order for the body to be able to take it on and not reject it, you got to do it young. So then you have all of these like very traumatized children. Like I said, this whole thing is horrific. And then my whole idea was like, I would very graphically depict all of that nail bed stuff that I just said. Nail bed and taking your nails out and all that. And that was kind of the concept of the magic in terms of the aesthetic and where the inspiration came from. And I combined that with another concept, which was the idea of a world that would rank you according to what your destiny is. And they have like a color coordinated system. And if your destiny doesn't come out like the right way, or they're like, oh, you have indications. It's kind of eugenics-y, right? Because the whole idea with eugenics was like, oh, we can tell from your genetic makeup what your predisposition is going to be, including stuff like crime or whatever, and intelligence. So this is just the mystical crystal ball version of eugenics, I guess. I just putting all the horrible things in one story, I guess. This particular story that I never fully completed or panned out, the main character ends up with this particular destiny being foretold for her, that she's just going to be the worst. And so they immediately arrest her. And she comes from a very prominent family, so it's extremely shameful for them to have produced such a child. But then her brother tries to like break her out of jail and stuff. Anyway, it was a whole mess because her being in jail, like my main character, I didn't know what to do with that. I'm like, she's just sitting there basically just starving and having a really bad time. It's not that interesting. It just kind of sucks. And so I couldn't figure out how to rework that. I have a lot of things that sit in my story graveyard. But yeah, that one, I wrote so much of it, and like I just felt like the entire arc where before she was able to get out of jail was painful, but not in a fun way, not in the way where you're like, oh no, this character is going through so much, I'm really rooting for them. It was just painful, like, oh, we get it, it sucks in there, come on, move on already. But there were things that I was trying to establish about what was happening in the prisons, and oh man, I did not have the skill or the what, like I was missing something with that. Oof, boy was I. So I'm pretty grateful for how things have been going with this that I'm working on right here that you're seeing in front of you. Definitely lower on the like horrifying stuff scale, I think. And I already have it all planned out, so I don't feel that same feeling of like, what am I kind of meandering around. And I'm surprised at how well it's been going, me doing this as an ongoing story. It's been pretty good. But yeah, hopefully those tales of my failed, or not failed, but just like past work in my life is interesting to you. There's more. I just will need to like have it come to my head. There's also like short things that I've done, right? Not everything is like a freaking long piece of work. But I mean, that is my tendency. My tendency is to make really long form things. Let me see. Ooh, there was another comic kind of thing that this one was a bit more humorous, lighthearted, or that was the intention. But basically it is about these two half sisters who, one second, I just gotta pop up on my screen. Let me get it out of my face. Okay. Yeah, so this story was about these two girls who are half sisters. They share the same dad, who is the king of the fairies, but then their moms are different. So one of them, the younger girl, her mom is elven, and then the older girl had a human mother. So that's just so for your information. And the human mother was kind of like a disgraced, what's the term? Like consort. Basically, she was the queen, but then she fell out of favor with the king. So she, instead of leaving her daughter, so she decided she was going to escape the sort of like Fae court, and she took her daughter with her. And the king, having fallen out, like having not been particularly into her at the time when this was going on, was like, I was gonna get rid of her anyway, and I'm not particularly fond of this like half human daughter, so whatever, like run off with your daughter, like screw this, I don't want to waste my energy on that. So he started pursuing his second wife, and then they have a daughter together. Fast forward, the daughter is now old enough to get married, and they want to get her into a political marriage with some trolls. Funny thing to say on the internet, but yeah, it was like the whole idea of, you know, the troll bridge where they ask you for a toll, like oh god, yeah, but the classic nursery rhyme. And so her impression of trolls was like, they are gross and ugly. And so what happens is that there's this ambassador who comes in from the troll kingdom, and then she asks the ambassador, like, okay, I've seen the troll king before, but like, what does his son look like? She's trying to gauge like how ugly is my future husband gonna be. And then this particular troll, obviously having troll sensibilities of what would constitute a good-looking being, thinks the prince is ugly. You know, so she says like, oh, you know, the king is so handsome, but his son is so ugly, because the son is half, half elf as well, actually. Different elf, obviously. But so he kind of has a little bit of an elven look, and this girl doesn't know that, so she's just like, oh my god, uglier than the troll king who I've seen. That's freaking crazy. That's unbearable. So she's like, ew, no, like, this is the worst. And so upset, she runs away without telling her parents, and her parents like, crap. We have this political marriage in place. We're supposed to give them a princess, you know, from this lineage, of like the Fae lineage and stuff. And where is she? They can't find her. They're like, oh no, this is really bad. And the king is like, hang on, I do have another daughter who is technically supposed to be a legitimate daughter. I just haven't claimed her. So then he goes to go claim her, and then the human mom son is like suddenly back involved. She's like, I know I left you alone because I kind of didn't care, but now I need our daughter. And she's like, you never acknowledged my daughter. She's always been my daughter, you know. And the king's like, well, things have changed. And so he strong arms his ex-wife and his first daughter to come back to the Fae realm and get married to this guy, this half troll prince person. So when this happens, that is when the missing elven daughter, half elf, half fae daughter, she's actually been like hanging around. She's not that far away, and she sees this guy, this half elf, half troll guy, and she's like, actually, what the heck? He's pretty cute. She's kind of she starts the story as a pretty character, but she's like, wait, hang on a second. If that's the guy that I'm supposed to be marrying, then what the heck? He's mine. She's like, he's mine. I want him now that I know that he looks like that. So then she's thinking, I'm going to disturb this whole situation because I want him back, and I'm gonna like sabotage this half sister of mine who I don't care about. And that's sort of where the story gets started. But then what happens is that when they go back to the Troll Kingdom, and this like half elf, half fae sister who is trying to sabotage the whole thing, as she follows along, something happens, which is the human sister, I'm just going to call them the human sister and the elf sister now, just remember that they're all half fae, half fairy. What happens is some sort of weird stuff happens, and the human sister is gone. It just like disappears. Some weird stuff happens, and she's just gone. And that is when the like elf sister reveals herself, and then the like troll prince, he's like, what do I do? And so then they kind of end up conspiring together to hide the fact that the human sister's missing, because that would just be a political nightmare and start up all sorts of conflict if it's revealed that while under the care of the Troll Kingdom on the way to the palace, she disappeared. So that is how they're going about it. And then over the course of that happening, things start happening around the elf sister as she's working with the troll prince, and people start to think that she's kind of like cursed or evil or something, and so she has a bad time, and and then I'm just gonna taper off there because that's about as far as I got. There was another hidden character in the woods. So because this story had like 4 different groups of humanoid beings. There was the fairies and the elves and the trolls, and fairies, elves, trolls, and humans. And so there's actually an evil behind the scenes that needs a combo between all of those different things. And it just so happens that we have now met 3 out of 4 people who qualify for that combo, and one of them is actually the son of someone who works at one of these courts, and she oh man, it's been too long since I worked on this thing, but she has basically had him like locked up his entire life, just waiting to sacrifice him to a ritual to get power, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. So these 4 people will eventually need to all meet each other, work together, overcome their flaws and stuff. Save the day, blah blah blah, yada 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 things. Oh my gosh, I just realized I have been talking and not drawing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, that's nice. Ooh. Oh my gosh, guys, you gotta remind me. You gotta remind me to draw arm hair. This character has arm hair. You gotta remind me. Never again. I don't care how manly my characters are. I'm never gonna design them with arm hair again. It's just, I keep forgetting to draw it. Let me double check. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We got this. We're gonna need a line art for background. And then there's this little montage sequence. So I'll do the background first, and then we'll move up a layer into just the regular line art layer for the montage sequence. Okay, this is looking pretty nice. And I want this to be pretty rough, because that'll give more of the sense of this thing being correct. The fire. So I want to kind of keep my lines pretty straight and structured, but kind of broken up, almost to give the impression of the wood having splintered and been damaged and burnt, and we're going to just bag how it happened here. And this is all like partially caved in too. Partially caved in, like fully caved in there. And then the roof here. Is very much caved in. putting that there. Like the structure is separating. It's like all of the wood is warping, buckling. Things aren't aligned anymore. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna like quickly mute myself. Okay. Oh, just needed to sort something out real quick. Let me get this structure here. Oh man, it's feeling nice. Drawing this is really satisfying. Make sure everything. Yeah, it's good. That gives like that overall impression I'm looking for. Don't you think? Excuse me. And just get like the smokestack or something. I don't know what it's called. But there's like a furnace in here. So this is the structure. And this is fine. But everything else. Weird. Hold on. There we go. That looks really destroyed. Okay. Alright, there we go. There's your background line art. And I'm just going to put these little pieces into here. Excuse me. Wall here. There we go. So we can see that nice and clearly. Everything's on the right layer. Yep. Now let's do our little montage. Oh, we do not want to rotate. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have a little bit of cookie. You hear the rustling. Just me getting it. Not bad. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, wow, Christmas. Christmas vibes. Alrighty. Whoa. And we will not forget the hair. Nice little hand. And like that. Excuse me. Oh wait, is this copyright free? Oh my god. Please be okay. Okay. Nice. We're fine. We're fine. Just need to double check.
I won't tell nobody. 내가 날 지켜줄게 however you want it, my baby. Do you want to party? Who it up, she baby. I won't tell nobody. 내가 날 지켜줄게 however you want it, my baby.
Okay, that works. Woo. Let me check. Hold on. How's the proportions looking? Pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Okay. A leg in. Nice. This is a bit high. be careful, I'm starting to dig my fingernails into my own hand. There we go, little hands. Some arm hair. Yeah, like that. That works nice. Three more of these. My hands. I'm cutting into myself a little bit here with my fingernails. Let's loosen my grip. Alright guys, I think what I'm gonna do, because it's getting late, is I'm gonna finish up this particular panel here, and then we can save the rest for next time. That's the nature of the line art process. It's pretty slow. But yeah, I might actually have to look into getting some help blocking out the colors for some of the previous panels I've already done. Otherwise, I think things might be just a little bit too slow. So if I do end up choosing to do that, apologies for like doing that off screen, because you know, obviously if I'm not doing it, then it's not getting streamed by me, and then that would make it be off screen. But it's not going to be, if anything, I'm not going to do anything major. You know, I think blocking colors is pretty straightforward. You just take the color you want, you put it down where you want it. No fancy coloring techniques, that comes later. It's really just a fill in the blanks kind of a thing. Oh, this is now too small. Yay, beard! Nice. Make sure the lineart's going there. Good. Yay! Ooh, my stomach just growled like crazy. I'm so sorry if you heard that. Like a wounded puppy or something. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my tummy wasn't feeling very happy yesterday, so I didn't eat too much. And I guess now this is the revenge. Revenge of the tongue. Contents. Hence why I think I should go eat. Even though it would be nice to stay here and keep going. But nature calls, not in the bathroom way, but in the other ways. I know the phrase nature calls is meant to be used to indicate the bathroom going. But I don't care. Hit me. Okay, looks pretty good. It's still a bit of an upset for me today. There we go. And we can make that sooty later. Oh, it's that upbeat music again now. Thank goodness I'm just about done. But let me put myself out of my misery. If you like this track, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's a bit too much for me. Alright, okay. So everybody, this is where we're gonna leave things off for today. Here we go. Here's what that panel looks like. We have 2 more frames to go. Over there. And here in this corner. Alright, this one here, this one here. And that's where we will restart next time we stream. And then what do we have here? These ones. Okay. And these ones. Okay, quite a bit to do here. All going to be character art focused, so here we go. Give that a save. And that is it. That has been me working on the line art for my comic, my webcomic, The Black Guard. If you want any details about that, I put it in the description. No need to worry about that or like trying to find it. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it in this case, but do check it out if you like fantasy, political drama, family drama type stuff. Maybe you might enjoy it. Aside from that, I will be streaming in another few days. Let me see, what date will that be? It'll be on Friday, the 19th of April. At basically this exact same time that this stream started, which for me is like 6 p.m. 6 p.m. GMT plus 8. So, yeah, there you go. Another little sip of my tea, and I'll say goodnight to y'all. I'm gonna go eat dinner now. Bye-bye. Let's go.